What's poppin', y'all? These are the big questions we're asking heading into the new week. With another nasty walk-off KO, has Carlos Paredes secured his name among the talks of Fighter of the Year? ONE FC's heavyweights versus UFC's heavyweights. Who comes out alive? And are we seeing the emergence of the next great MMA superstar in Cade Ruotolo? Y'all know what it is. It's your boy Lou Too Sick. This is Ring Warriors TV. Keep your hands up. All right, coming to you live from Miami, Florida, my home gym I like to call The Lab. This is Ring Warriors TV, your weekly breakdown of everything in combat sports. And we cover it all here, baby, from professional wrestling to boxing to MMA. And this weekend, it was ONE FC that took the center stage, ONE FC 169. And we're going to talk about it all, but first, let's make sure we pay those bills. Subscribe to the channel, hit a like on the video, get it popping in the algorithm, and remember to comment below. Let me know what you guys think of my perspective, my viewpoints, and my opinion. Bad, good, whatever, I'm for it all. We're creating a little community here, baby. One based solely on the thing we love most, and that's
violence.
All right, y'all, jumping right into it with UFC Fight Night Las Vegas, and our boy Carlos Paredes, well, he wrapped up what's turned out to be really a breakthrough year. He's making waves online right now after a brutal first-round KO of Neil Magny in the main event. The win is Paredes' first in a main event and his fourth this year. The knockout came from a powerful left hand with just 10 seconds left in the round. Now Magny, well, he started off strong using his clinch game to pin Paredes against the cage and control the action. But Paredes quickly changed the momentum with a sick counter elbow, and that basically set up the knockout. Watching it back, it's almost hard to believe. The punch, well, it barely grazed Magny's head, yet it still packed enough power to put him down. It's a true testament to Paredes' strength. Now, hey, with the fight, like I said, this is the fourth knockout of Paredes' year, and it's really the fourth walk-off knockout of his year. And with this, his stock is all the way up, and he's looking for a big name in his next fight. He's calling out Jack Della Maddalena. He wants that fight to take place in February in Sydney. The dude's got balls, man. That's JDM's hometown. Now, Paredes also has family in Australia, so there is reasons that he wants that fight in Australia. But, hey, I would love to see that fight. You know that's going to be a stand-up fight. JDM has fought guys who are rangy and awkward, similar to Paredes, most notably Kevin Holland. And we saw in that fight, Kevin Holland basically kind of exposed JDM a little bit. But if those two guys were to fight, I think I would give JDM the notch, because one thing with JDM, the guy is smart. He's calm. He likes to be calculated. Whenever he fights in the octagon, he's always a better version of the guy we saw him in the past. So if you think he's going to have similar struggles like he did with Kevin Holland with a guy like Carlos Paredes, I would beg to differ, because JDM is that smart. He's going to come in better. He's going to know his game. And I think, hey, we've seen that he's calm, cool, collected. He picks his shots. And with a wild guy like Paredes, he might be able to find his openings for a knockout. So for Paredes, if I'm him, maybe one more big victory here, get his name closer to the top 10, and then start maybe calling out names like JDM, like a Gilbert Burns, and other guys around that division. Now for the other fight card, that was really the main event of the weekend, but that happened on Friday, and that was ONE FC's 169 event, and they had a big heavyweight clash taking place for their heavyweight belt, and that was Ruotolo versus Anatoly Malykhin. Now, both guys were throwing heavy shots in this fight. They were pushing each other to the absolute max. Now, Ruotolo pressed Malykhin the whole night, using strength and his heavy grappling background. Malykhin, who's got a 100% KO ratio, well, he landed some wild shots during the night, but none of them were enough to get the finish. It was an absolute marathon, and these dudes, they're big heavyweights. They were absolutely gassed. When the judges' scorecards came in, it would read a split decision victory for Ruotolo. It's a massive upset, and it makes Ruotolo the first ONE FC African heavyweight champion. And guys, it's a great story, really. We all know Ruotolo's story. He came from the street fights of Africa. Now he's in the bright lights of Lumpini Stadium in Thailand, up there with the greats of the heavyweight game right now. But there's just one thing I want to bring up. And if you watched that fight on Friday night, well, for me at least, the one thing that came to my mind was the skill difference between the UFC and ONE FC is just so vast. I mean, imagine one of the top guys in the UFC heavyweight division, a guy like John Jones, a guy like Tom Aspinall. Picture him stepping into the octagon that night. And what do you think what would have happened to Rug or Malaikin? I think it would have been an absolute domination. And ONE FC, well, ONE FC has great talent. They're a solid promotion. But their heavyweight division, just like PFL's heavyweight division, is lacking tremendously. The true factor on Friday night for Malaikin and Rug was cardio. But when you're talking about the best heavyweights, the best fighters in any given division, cardio shouldn't be the main storyline, no matter how big you are. And the other ONE FC fight that we're going to talk about, well, our boy Cade Ruotolo, the BJJ wizard, also the BJJ champ for ONE FC, well, he had his second fight in MMA, and I'm just going to tell y'all right now, the whole world needs to be on notice. Yeah, it wasn't just the grappling this time. Cade showed he's got hands too. Squaring off with Ahmed Mujtaba, Ruotolo landed a slick overhand right, and that put Mujtaba to the canvas, and that set up an early submission finish. That's 2 wins now in Ruotolo's young MMA career, and it's not looking good for any welterweight out there. Yeah, that performance basically confirms it. Ruotolo, he is the real deal. At 21 years old, he already has multiple BJJ championships under his belt, and now he's starting to make his footing in the MMA game. And now we're starting to see him improve with the striking game. So if everything continues, these improvements continues, we could be seeing the next king at 170 pounds.
These are great.
You gotta say yes, though. I gotta say yes.
Want me to take your picture? You all
Can I say something? What? You can't be so damn boring, bro.
For once in his life, a viral exchange involving Henry Cejudo has come to my attention, and I'm actually not overwhelmed by cringe. That's because today Cejudo gets credit, standing 10 toes down this weekend when he was approached by fellow UFC bantamweight Mario Batista. Take a listen.
You can't be so damn boring, bro. Because nobody's gonna fight you like that. I won't be boring. There's a lot. Listen, Olympic champ, flyweight champ, bantamweight champ. What have you done?
Now, you may remember Batista as the guy who recently beat Jose Aldo. We told you back then we thought Aldo won that fight. Well, while backstage at LFA 196, Batista wasted no time calling out Cejudo. Cejudo, though, he looked visibly annoyed, eventually rejecting him and turning him away. And this video eventually spread online with fans coming to Cejudo's defense. To my surprise, I mean, they even said Cejudo owned Batista in this exchange. So you tell me what you think, and is this a fight you guys want to see in the future? Right now, Cejudo has no names out there being mentioned, and something like this, well, it could kick up the dust enough to get the energy going for a potential matchup. And if not Batista, who? Cejudo needs a name, and in his own words, he's lost 2 in a row. Alright y'all, that is Ring Warriors TV. It's your boy Luke Too Sick. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit a like on the video, get it popping in the algorithm. Comment below and let me know what you guys think. We'll be having more content coming out throughout the week, from history videos to news videos, reactions, so much more coming. Just make sure you stay tuned. Keep your hands up, baby.
Every time I wake up, shit feel the same. Got a million thoughts and they weighing on my brain. Sipping on my favorite liquor just to ease the pain, cause I feel like I'm crazy and desperate need to change. Making plans to move and talking state to state. Talking pounds and haze, medical high grade. Look how my eyes stay, what more can I say? How dare a nigga tell me that this rap won't work?